Why would a man break the oath he took when he became a Freemason? What's up, guys? I found a horrifying Freemason related story on Reddit, and without further ado, let's get into the story. Make sure to subscribe the channel. I am a Freemason and I have some stories to tell you by Postmortem 33. Why would a man break the oath he took when he became a Freemason, you might ask? Well, things have gotten pretty scary before the lockdown, and I need to leave my testimony somewhere for the world to know what is really happening. I'm sure that you, reader, have heard a lot of conspiracies about the Freemasons, how they rule the world. This one is true actually, or how they have clear proof of existence of extraterrestrial life, or how they sacrifice gods in the darkened light of their temple for the one they worship blindly, or one that I like the most is when they run naked in the forest as part of some deluded rituals. Most of these are, of course, false claims thrown by the media in our face just so that we can stay occupied with imbecile discussions. However, what I have to tell you is much worse. I have seen and heard things unimaginable and in some cases unbearable for the human mind. I will not get into Masonic history, how and why it appeared, what was its initial purpose, and all those other things because you can find that online, although some of it has been a little altered just to make them look good. I will start my story with the initial ritual. I will not tell everything about it. If someone has a question, you can send me DM and I will gladly answer what happened before and after that, how I was accepted, and the sheer terror that I went through in my first visit at the temple. I will not tell you where I am from because I can easily be found if I tell you which Masonic laws I am part of and from what country. Although I am located in the southern eastern central part of Europe. For the time being, I will tell you about the start of my journey, and if there are people here who are interested in hearing more, I will tell you more. For example, the story of when I ran across a rather odd version of Bible and the crucifixion of Jesus, or the real story of the 27 Club, the actual ritual you have to perform when you want to have money, fame, and talent in music, but you have to give a certain something in return to certain someone. Or I can tell you about the moment when I was really scared when a special guest was invited into our lodge to give a Masonic lecture about. Well, I will tell you some other time. The main reason I got into Freemasonry was because one of my teachers at the Academy of Sciences I currently do research in is a Freemason, and he took a liking in me and asked me after 2 years of gaining each other's trust if I would like to be a part of an organization who has the sole purpose of bettering the world and individual. You must excuse me if some of this text sounds wrong because English is not my main language, but I will try my best to feed your curiosities with the proper using of this beautiful language. I then asked him if this is an NGO or a research group so that I know whom I am speaking to and what my conduct and behavior should be when I went there. He said it directly, "No, son, this is a Masonic laws I am talking about. You will learn new things, things that not everyone can learn or know because they must remain hidden to prying eyes. We are looking to bring in few bright young people such as yourself because we are beginning to grow old and weary and we cannot do our duties. I mean, son, look at me. I'm 92 years old. I need someone to take my place, and who can that someone be other than my best student in this whole academy? Yes, sir. Thank you for the kind words, and I have to say that you have my full attention and my curiosity is really big in this moment. But at the same time, I have heard throughout my life all these crazy stories about the Freemasons, so I don't know what to say. I'm sure you heard about the fact that we are Satanists or that we can talk to the devil. Am I right? Or maybe we can talk to the dead as well. Imagine if I could talk to Einstein right now, or to Marie Curie, Nikola Tesla, or Tarini, and all. Imagine I could talk to Einstein right now, or to Marie Curie, Nikola Tesla, or Tartini, Beethoven, and all the greats of classical music. That would be wonderful, but it is impossible. Do I look like a satanist to you? Do I look like a bad person? Or do I sound crazy when I speak? Do I pretend that I know the secrets of alchemy? No, son. I'm just a normal person. A person of science who happen to believe in God as well. I'm very well known in my field and very respected. But that is because of the 70 plus years of hard work and dedication that I put in. What do you say, son? Do you want to find extraordinary knowledge? I pondered for a bit and then I exclaimed, Alright, Professor, I accept your invitation for mainly two reasons. First one being that I have a lot of admiration and respect for you, and I'm really humbled by the fact you see me as your successor. And the other one that is I always try to improve myself and learn new things. Son, you made a life-changing decision. Someone will call you next week to ask for your personal details and they will tell you everything about the meeting. Very good, Professor. See you next week. I went home without very much thinking about this and I just went to my normal stuff. Reading and writing articles, publishing a few of them, finishing some work, the usual thing. The following week came and I was called by a gentleman and we met for a discussion and he told me to be in a certain place at exactly 3:33 p.m. the next day, no earlier or later than that. This was in 2015. I went there. I was greeted by my teacher. He took me upstairs in a tiled room where he placed a black cloth over my eyes and then took me to a dimly lighted small room, also known as the Chamber of Reflection, where I stayed for an hour. However, this was not a normal chamber of reflection, nor did I reflect too much. It was only later that I found out that this lodge was one of the special lodges only known by the elite of Freemasonry in the Grand Lodge of the country. In my country, there are only such lodges with 9 members each. As I was sitting on the chair in the chamber of reflection, a small figure erected from a dark corner of the room. The upper body was that of a really ugly man with a very large beard, black eyes, pointy nose, and ears and very yellow teeth. What startled me was that he was standing on 2 legs that looked like they were his and not his at the same time because they were goat legs. My quick judgment said it was just a costume for the theorics of the institution, so I went along with it. He asked me the following 3 questions, written on a piece of very old paper, which I had to answer yes in order to go on with the ritual. Do you believe in the one and only true great architect of the universe? Do you wish to receive his knowledge through our ancient ways? Do you swear to serve the Freemasons for your whole life from here on out? Then he produced a small needle, punctured one of my fingers with it, and asked me to sign that piece of paper with my finger. On that was a representation of the eye of providence drawn under those cushions. I signed it. The little man exited the room, and 5 minutes later my teacher came and took me to my next part of the initiation. I entered the temple, again blindfolded. I did some not so cool things like breaking stone with a hammer, drinking some sweet and sour liquids. I was half naked in my upper left part of the body with the chest and shoulders showing. Next, I felt something really cold. It was the tip of something metallic. I figured again that it was part of the ritual. Maybe a sword, I thought. Alright, I said. I love tricks. But then something really scary happened. The master of the laws recited the following, O he with many names, accept your newest humble servant in our brotherhood, our master, who art in fiery light and who is free in spirit, accept this new apprentice within our rank. Apprentice, say this 3 times with all of us. Hail Jabalon! Hail Jabalon! Hail Jabalon! You are now reborn, apprentice, forever through the square and compasses and our 3 eternal light. At this point, my heart was pounding, and then they took the blindfold off, and I saw was that everyone's swords were raised, making a circle around me with just a small opening. And then it happened. Out of a corner, someone came towards me, running through that opening, engaged and ready to attack me. It was clearly a gimmick, as the person was dressed like a god with long horns. It stopped right in front of me, saw me shaking in fear, and a deep voice came from behind the mask saying, Solvate coagula in lux et tenebrae. Everyone chanted again, and I chanted with them. The figure went back to a corner. Everyone started clapping, and they started to shake my hand one by one, greeting me, Welcome, brother. Oh, brother, you were really scared. Don't worry, this is all part of initiation. Welcome, brother. My teacher told me afterwards that all these experiences I had here represent both good and evil parts of life, and I was reborn a new, a better person, a Freemason, and my journey is only starting. You will see the wonders of the world, son, he said.